Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Service. This is Sunday Service episode number 6. And in this episode, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about how you can become the 2.0 version of yourself. So, pretty much how you can work on going from being a hoopty to a hypercar. So you could go from being that snail to the cheetah, pretty much. And you can be the best version of yourself and be the man who you've always needed or who the people around you need to be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 5 different tips and I'll break down each one a little bit on how you can, make the best out of these 5 tips that I'm going to give you. So, the reason why I'm doing this, though, in the first place is because I've seen a lot of people in the personal development space, a lot of influencers, a lot of people who, are substantial in this space, man. People who are all people that, if you're watching this video, you most likely watch or you might look up to. I mean, hell, I know I look up to some of these guys and I know that they inspire me. And I actually got the inspiration for doing this video from Bedros Koulian from his last episode. All right. And I'm an average guy. I work a normal job as most of the people who will watch this video do. I live a normal life and I'm just working on becoming the best version of myself. And I feel that if I made this video and it reaches the people who it needs to reach, that you may be able to relate more to this coming from somebody who is just a normal guy, just like most of the audience who will see this video. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's jump into this video. Let's go over some of these 5 different tips or pointers or whatever you want to call them on how we could go from being that hoopty to that hypercar. All right. So the first tip and trick I'm going to give you is sit down and do a self inventory on yourself. You need to be able to sit down with yourself, be honest, and do inventory on your life. Okay? You need to just make it you, a pen, and a pad, a quiet room, and honesty. You have to dig deep and be honest with yourself and do inventory on yourself. See where you're at in life with your job. See where you're at in life with debt. See where you're at with life in your fitness, your relationships. You need to sit down with yourself and you need to do inventory on every aspect of your life and see where you are. And once you do that and you are brutally honest with yourself, go over it again and just look at it and take a real good look and see if you were really honest with yourself. And if you're second guessing anything on there, like, oh, maybe, I might do this or I might be that, you're not being honest with yourself. Really, if you are that hoopty right now and you're doing self inventory, it should almost make you want to cry. That's how honest you need to be with yourself to the point where you are almost crying because you're being so real with yourself if you're in that bad spot and you are looking to really make those changes, right? And then you need to sit down and see where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are after you've did that self inventory on those things, then you need to see where your strengths and your weaknesses are. And you need to figure out how, well, this is going to be the next point. Okay, point number two. After you did the sit down and did the self inventory, point number two is going to be you need to set goals and make a map on how you're going to fix those things and how you're going to strengthen your weaknesses and how you're going to just maintain and fine tune your strengths while fixing the other areas of your life. Like I said, if you have debt, if you want to earn more income, um, relationships, whatever. After you set goals on those things, and then you see where your strengths and your weaknesses are, you need to set goals on how you're going to strengthen your weaknesses and how you're going to maintain and fine tune your strengths, because you don't want to just focus on building your strengths. You want to become a well-rounded individual. You don't want to be like some of those guys in the gym where their upper body is humongous but they have little toothpick legs. You don't want that. You want to be proportioned, right? You want to be a proportioned individual. You do not want to be lopsided, where you're really good here, but you're terrible here. You don't want that. And if need be, you're going to have to put in more work on those weaknesses to try to get them to where your strengths are. And then in the meantime, don't focus too much on your strengths, but maintain and fine tune them. You see what I'm saying? That's what you need to do when you are done doing the inventory on yourself and after you set those goals on where you want to be and you make the map to how you're going to get there. All right. The next thing you're going to do, which is point number three, is you're going to change your mindset and you're going to change your surroundings. Now, this one is hard for a lot of people. I get it. It was hard for me too. And um, it's hard when you've been through a lot in your past. If you've been told a lot of things as a kid growing up, maybe have been told by people, oh, you're never going to amount to nothing. Oh, you're just like this person. Oh, you're just like that person. And you know that person maybe, wasn't the best person at that time, you know, but they tell you, oh, you're going to end up like this, you're going to end up like that. Teacher will tell you, oh, you're going to fail, you're never going to make it. Parent tell you, oh, you're just like your other parent if they've been through a divorce. Whatever the case may be, your friends might laugh at you, tell you, oh, your dreams are too big, whatever. But all that stuff is piled in our subconscious mind, and we have to be able to release that and get rid of it. And if you're still hanging around friends or hanging around people that are telling you those things, you need to change your surroundings. And if it's maybe where you live, if you have like vices or you have things that you are connected to because of where you live, I hate to say it, but you're going to have to pick up and go. Either that or you're really going to have to like dig deep and have a lot of self discipline. You're going to have to be strong, and that is going to have to be like a main focus for your life if you can't just go. Which I get it. As a normal person, a lot of us just can't up and leave. Right? We can't just pick up and go places. We have jobs. We may not have money saved to where you can pick up and go. I get it. So now this is where you as a person, you're really going to have to dig deep. If you can't change your surroundings by picking up and moving, you're going to have to dig deep, be strong, cut people off, stay to yourself for a while, whatever you have to do, find new friends, start doing new things, go to new places. You're going to have to do those things. And with changing your mindset, you're going to have to study people who are where you want to be. Like I said, maybe get a new group of friends and start listening to, YouTube videos of these influencers and these other people in these personal development spaces who talk about changing your mindset and changing your subconscious mind. Start listening to these people and take that advice and implement it in your own life. And you'll be able to start to change your mindset. And also, another thing, look at yourself as the top G of your life. Look at you as being the man. I'll tell you what, if you start looking at yourself like you are the man, you're your top G of your life, you're whatever. You are him. You are the man. You are the best thing walking this earth. You have a great life, and everything about you is so good. You're so confident. If you start acting like that, man, your mindset will change drastically. And I'll tell you what, you will start feeling so much more confident. You'll be able to feel like you can achieve anything, and nobody's opinion of you will matter. And people can see and feel that. And you know what's going to happen? That's going to attract people around you that you want. The people who may look at you as like being arrogant or, cocky, whatever, those people are the people that you need to keep away from you. But the people who like it, who are attracted to you, those are the people that you need to get around and keep around you, because they don't want to see you be that hoopty. They want to see you be that hypercar. You know why? Because they're probably a hypercar too. And when do you ever see hoopties rolling with hypercars? Never. So do yourself a favor. Start thinking of yourself as being the top G of your life. You're the man. Think about it that way. All right. Number 4, you have to learn how to add value. You have to learn how to be of value to people. If you are rolling around with a bunch of hypercars and you're a hypercar yourself, you have to know how to add value to those people, because those people will also be adding value to you. So, in turn, what do you have to do? You have to learn new skills. You have to learn how to be able to help these people. You have to be able to add value in some way, shape, or form. If they own a business, maybe, tell them, hey, I know how to do this. I can help you with, whatever in their business. Then you're adding value to that person. When you are able to add value to people's lives, you become more of an asset. You want to be an asset. You want to be able to help people. And as far as learning new skills, I mean, you could join anybody's like class or Discord or whatever. Me personally, I'm in Hustlers University. I'm in Andrew Tate's The Real World. That's where I am. And I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot of new skills through there. I've learned uh, how to talk with new people. The professors in there, in the campuses that I've studied, have allowed me to be able to know and see that I can add value to other people, to their businesses, through the skills that I've picked up and I've learned in The Real World by Andrew Tate. I mean, you don't have to join the real world, but I'll tell you what, for the price, it's worth it. And yeah, you might think, oh, it's a bunch of kids. It's not a bunch of kids in there. There are young kids in there, but I'll tell you what, man, some of them young kids are making more money than you and me both. Because of the skills that they've learned, and they've learned to become an asset in there. They've learned how to add value, and that is what you need to do too as a person. So, I'm not going to try and plug this, but I'm going to plug it. If you want to join Hustlers University, or the real world, I should say, I'm going to put a link in the description. Get in there and try it out. I'll tell you what, man, I've been in there for 4 months, and it's best decision I've made, hands down, to actually focus on doing that and do it while I have a job and everything. Great platform, a lot of skills to learn, but you have to be willing to put in the work. But best thing, hands down. All right, point number 5, get a coach or a mentor. Get a coach or a mentor. Listen, having a coach or a mentor is going to help you level up by, I can't even tell you how much. Having somebody else who is already where you want to be, that you can speak to at any given time, or having somebody that can help push you along when you feel stuck, man, that's priceless. It doesn't matter how much it costs. Find somebody who can coach you, find somebody who can mentor you in the business that you want to be in, or that you want to go down the same path as that person. Find somebody. And a lot of times, people that have already made it or are already where you want to be, they like to help people. They like to be able to help people because they know what it's like to need the help, because at one point they were the student. So don't be afraid to reach out. But once again, that goes back to point number 4. You have to know how to add value. Study that person, see what they're about, study their businesses, study what they do. I'm not saying stalk them, study them. See what they're about, see what their businesses are about, see what their, what their hobbies are, whatever, and then see if you can add value to them, and talk to them and see if they can mentor you or coach you, and explain to them how you can add value. And I'll tell you what, it'll change the whole trajectory of your life, and it'll speed up where you want to get by 1,000, hands down. Guys, those are the 5 points that I wanted to share with you all. And I hope that they helped. And I hope that they work for you, because I'll tell you what, they're working for me. And I'm just an average guy right now. As I said before, I wake up, I go to a job Monday through Friday, just like most of you who will watch this video. And I'll tell you what, though, I know that I'm not going to be here long. I know that I have plans to go to the moon. I know that I have plans to be that successful person, that influencer, that entrepreneur, whatever. I know that I am going to be successful in life. And I know this. And you need to know this too. And as long as you just stick to becoming the best version of yourself, as long as you go from being that hoopty to that hypercar, your possibilities are endless. You just can't give up. You have to put in the work. You have to go for it. You have to take chances. You have to be the man that you always needed to be in your life. Be that man. Be the man who is going to change the whole outlook on your bloodline. You wear your last name. Make your last name proud. Do the things that you need to do to make the person who gave you your last name proud. Your parents, man, make them proud. And if you don't have parents, make your kids proud. If you don't have kids, make your friends proud. If you don't have friends, do it for yourself. And do it for yourself most of all. Do it because in the future you're going to have kids. And you're going to want to pass everything that you have now down to them. You owe it to yourself, man. go out and be that successful version of yourself. Go out and be that 2.0 version of yourself. Guys, I'm getting out of here. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sunday Service. I'm going to put the link to the real world in the description. There's also a couple other links down there. If you're looking for supplements for the gym, Ambrosia Collective, they're the only supplements I use. Lines Not Sheep, Sean Whalen, great guy, great clothing brand. Go check them out. Guys, I'll have a link to a landing page. Go follow my social medias. I have an ebook on Amazon that you can check out. Everything's on the landing page. Go follow my social medias. Do me a favor, if you got any any kind of help, if you received any insight, whatever, from this video, go ahead and drop a like, drop me a comment, and you know, tell me what you got out of this video, how this video may have helped you. And if you know anybody who might need to see this video, go ahead and share it for me and subscribe to my channel. I'm dropping Sunday services every Sunday. I dropped one last week, but I missed 2 weeks before that. But can't focus on things in the past. Got to move forward. And I'm thinking about dropping another video probably on Wednesdays. Go ahead, leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys want me to drop another video during the week. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.